Nongïalam keseng Kongres ubah Roni Bideng do. Manta kasih ulah orang bakal yatra ke bawah rohul kanti uyai ia ke tip kum ke barat jodoh nayai yatra. Kebelas tang nama dipur uyai lang baki jela baper at penkot pat apa Maharashtra. Ulah orang bakal ni kaji yatra kam di setia nak mentaban kringwood nilai ban penpau pertai ke ke bawah pak kari uya kendu. Nak kejing sencar dan board yang keseng BJP. Hak ban sikla pasai kebor baron ni ulah orang bakal ni yatra ke ban persyak ia kejing dan board ke BJP bakor kam sencar penir keput dak kebat toket yakin Nongïalam lang persyak dak kejing pharap ke balam ler. Ulang bala dapai ya kejing long jeman hakari nadu kejing keduk kam kejing jam kejing kiudor ki marba mardi kejing cak thembor kirit pai bat ki kui de orang bakadai ban kren ya kene kejing ia pai ba bat man sngotu ya kejing ia jong u pai ba ka baw rohol usim ya karai man ya lembah kene ke yatra uleh thuru baw rohol kandi unwan cak jela ka arpar tarik pon ya na DT office nongpo ya chadu ka pams iem punya kendu ya ki pai ba susu lo angru ba ka sokar BJP ka Pyndonkam Bakla ya ke board kam jangka kum ka Election Commission ke CBI bat kui wede haka Pyndonkam kalong bait na kamta ban mentoi san pertai jangka bat penjab election dakan di kibam dei satya.
I say to all the media friends of spare the time to be here so that we can highlight about the Bharat Jodo Yatra that is to be held in our state. So basically, Bharat Jodo Yatra is not to be mistaken as a poll campaign. It's to highlight so many issues, price rise, and then attack on the constitution, misuse of the CBI, IT, ED on opposition members, and I think it's you can call it an infamy, where democratically elected leaders, MPs, Member of Parliament, 146 of them have been suspended. I don't think any parliament in the world, democracies, will do this, except maybe in autocracies, dictatorship, this kind of things happen, but not in a democracy. So Bharat Jodo Yatra is all about that, not to be mistaken that the elections are approaching, so no. It's to highlight all these issues, to wake up the citizens of India, the people of India, regarding, the misuse of power, rather abuse of power by this NDA government. You see any opposition, and I think if you look at the statistics, none of the ministers or MPs or MLAs are, affected by this witch hunt of the BJP, where they said the CBI, the ED, the IT, after all these leaders, especially if they are popular, they have the support of the people, then the BJP, the NDA will ensure that they set these people against them so that it hampers their work, hampers their interaction with the public. So then you see price rise, unemployment, and then even religious freedom. And you see in Manipur, if the Prime Minister can go all over the world, why can't he visit Manipur? Why can't he offer, word of consolation? And the people have been affected, all the communities, irrespective of whether they are from the majority community or the minority community, the tribal. He should at least, by going there and sharing the grief, the pain, and by keeping silence. By keeping silent, it's like encouraging those forces that keep, even now Manipur is still on the boil. So this is Bharat Jodo Yatra, and I believe somebody has said, they've mistaken the word Naya with Nai. Nai is justice. So somebody said, Naya, this is old, I don't know. Maybe they've not put their thoughts properly. So it's Nai, basically, loosely translated is justice. So we want to ensure that there is justice in this country, that people who are in power don't misuse their position. This train of time, we would have loved, in fact, he would have loved to come to Shillong, but then, the elections are approaching, and then it will be like have said, why before the Lok Sabha elections? So to avoid all that, so and then he has to cover many states. In fact, from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, he did it on foot. But now it will be combination of car and on foot because the time constraint. And he has to cover about 15 states. Our leader Rahul Gandhi ji is arriving on the 22nd. Maybe he will be arriving at Jarabat, at around 2 o'clock or 2:30. But within 3 o'clock he should be there because he's coming from Assam. And then he will walk from DTO office up to Palm Sim playground on foot. And then there we'll have a meeting. Then after that he will leave and stay the night at Bernihat as usual in a container. And then the next day he'll have a meeting at USTM with ENCC, Northeast Congress Committee leaders in Bernihat USTM complex. If you'd like to know, then we will inform you exactly where and what time for the media to meet the leader, Rahul Gandhi ji. Okay. We've existed, now we're about to cross 140 years. How many parties have crossed even 14 years? So let us see. The people of the state, the people of the country know which party will serve them better, which country will protect all communities, whether they belong to the majority community, whether they belong to the minority community. It's only the Congress. I'll just share with you, you see, for example, this government was hell-bent on, doing away with Narega, NREGA. Had it not been for NREGA, I believe during the COVID, millions of people would have starved to death. Just see the farsightedness, the vision of our leaders. Now, you go to the village, I think most of you have gone to most of the villages in Meghalaya, where the PWD is not in a position to construct roads. Through NREGA, we've been able to construct village roads. That has helped the economy of the rural people. That has helped transportation of their agricultural inputs. These are the kind of, works that we do, not only empty rhetorics. In the 1950s, when the Constitution was, adopted, you see, the leaders then, most of them were Congress leaders, ensured that, minuscule community like the, Khasi, Jaintia, Garo tribe, have provisions in the Constitution to protect them. We have the 6th schedule, then you have this reservation, you have this quota for jobs and all that. It only shows now that this government is not bothered about the minorities, about the tribals, the Dalits. Very, very clear. It's very loud and clear. What prevents them from coming with a law to enact ILP to protect the minuscule community like the community in Meghalaya? What prevents them? They have full majority in parliament. If they can, abrogate Article 370, what prevents them from enacting an ILP to protect the genuine demand of the people of the state? They're not bothered about the tribal community. Now what we're scared is the tyranny of the majority. That is very dangerous for the minority community. That's why we are taking this Nongïalam. To wake up the people of India, especially the minorities, the Dalit, the marginalized, so that, they're not fooled by the rhetoric of this government. If I'd like to remind you, when our leader Rahulji worked from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, the Lok Sabha elections was never in their minds. That was, months back. So it's just coincidence that, this, as per the demand of the public, that there should be a yatra from east to west. And it so happened that the Lok Sabha elections are approaching. But then if you don't do that, then it will be construed as, the Congress is not bothered about, these other states that are not covered by the previous yatra. With double engine. Double engine for what? To implement the demands of the people? And this is the demand of the state of Meghalaya. Why don't they do it? They have a government here, they have a government there. As they claim, it's a double engine. Now, why can't double engine implement this? So only shows is to fool the people. Before the election, you vote for us, you have the same government in the state and in the center, and things will work out fine. But then they're just empty rhetorics. Their words don't match their actions.